Let's go, baby. That's what I'm talking about, man. Had a great feeling about this game. This is huge, all right? We get back on track after losing, what, four in a row? We snap our four-game losing streak. Wow. The king has returned, man. Y'all see the hoodie? The hoodie came to life today, man. Shout out to Bareface Clothing. The hoodie came to life today because both of these gentlemen right here played championship level basketball. All right, 40 points from the King, very efficiently, might I add, with 7 rebounds, 7 assists, completely just destroyed. All right, and AD continues to be AD. All right, 26 points, 11 rebounds, 7 assists. Just an incredible performance by both of our guys. And we lining up for Boston next. By the way, they weren't the only ones. What up, everybody? Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the post-game recap. They weren't the only ones, ladies and gentlemen. All right, 47-7 from LeBron, 26-11-7 from AD, and then my guy, Rui Slashimura, came in off the bench with 21-2-6, okay, with 30 minutes. Austin Reeves had 11 points, 9 assists, 4 rebounds, was tremendous with the playmaking today. And then D'Angelo Russell, actually, he actually played pretty solid, 15 points, 3 assists, 1 rebound. What I got out of this game, ladies and gentlemen, is that this is the key. Bring D'Angelo Russell off the bench. He's not that much of a liability going up against second units. And although they left him out there a little too long, right? Because they ended up catching up when he was out there because defensively he is a liability. But when he's going up against second units, I don't mind it at all. Bring him off the bench. If he accepts his role, then he doesn't have to get traded. Bring him off the bench. He's a weapon. 15 points off the bench here. 21 for Rui. We might have the best bench in the NBA. Those guys can do that efficiently. Right, but great game by the Lakers. Defensively, I love what I saw. They got after it. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is a menace. All right, he still got his 34.7 assists and 6 rebounds, busting all of our brackets on Prize Picks. But it was a very hard fought 34. Right, again, 34 is a new 24 due to the way the rules are and the little ticky-tack fouls. A lot of times he walked in the lane, just dropped his body, and they call it a foul. It's annoying, but it is what it is. 28 for Jalen Williams. And then 19 for Chet. So that was their big three, right? So we did our part, guys. And overall, statistically, we held them to 48% from the field, but we shot 52%. And then threes, I like it when we shoot less than 35 threes. Okay, we shot 32 and we hit half of them, 50% exactly, 16 out of 32. And we held them to 31% from beyond the arc. So excellent defense. Clearly putting Vando, Cam Reddish, and Taurean Prince out there. Paid the heck off, man. Paid the heck off. So gotta love it, man. Gotta love it. Very excited for this win. Now is just the start. It is just the start, ladies and gentlemen, because this Laker team, I've been saying it even when we're in the slump, we have what it takes. People saying, damn, we can't win because of the coach. I'm like, listen, let's not hold our breath for this head coach to be fired because it's probably not going to happen. You know what I'm saying? It is probably not going to happen, ladies and gentlemen. But you know what? Great win. I agree, Tamika. Let's celebrate this win tonight. Let's celebrate this victory. What lineup did you guys like the best? I want to ask my Laker family here in the chat, what lineup was the best for you guys in your opinion? For me, it was the one with Cam, Prince, LeBron, AD, and Austin Reeves. I thought it was a nice balance of offense and defense. However, I did like the 3-wing lineup because it was just a lot of length out there. Mind you, we were going up against a very young, very athletic, very explosive transition team who had just won 5 home games in a row. So again, we made it look easy because we dominated from coast to coast. But that's what happens when you get off to a quick start. Yes, we trailed in the first quarter by 3 points. But that second quarter was masterful, okay? We held them to 20 points while dropping 35, and that was the ball game. From there on out, we didn't look back, ladies and gentlemen. So again, I'm excited because of what the potential it could be. Now, the next game is really going to be very telling. Christmas Day versus the Boston Celtics. Okay, that game right there is going to be OP, and I cannot wait. I'm not going to break it down right now. I'll save it for pregame. But that one will be on Christmas Day, so I know we're going to enjoy that one. D'Lo finally showed up coming off the bench. Remember what I told you guys? I told you he might be better suited off the bench because there's less pressure there, and he doesn't have to, expend himself trying to play defense. He's kind of flat-footed. He's not a defensive player. I think that's a far gone conclusion by now, right? But I definitely like the fact that he didn't hang his head and he came in and he was still impactful. He wasn't hesitating on his 3-point shot. He let that thing fly and he knocked him down. Chet, bro, had the quietest 19-point game. Hey, Chet is very talented, man. We cannot talk Chet about Chet because that dude is the future. And that team right there is already a problem. You have to start asking yourself if this team has more potential than the Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook, James Harden led team. All right, that's a good question. I think we'll bring it up on Around the League on the next episode, since we didn't have one this week due to the Laker game being on Thursday. But we might bring that up because that team right there is the future. I cannot hate it all. And matter of fact, I have Chet Holmgren, saying on my fantasy roster. So he definitely put up some numbers for me tonight. So win-win, right? He puts up numbers and they lose, super win. That lineup got us up by 23. Bro, here's the thing, right? We have great size and versatility on this roster, and yet Darvin at times refuses to use it. Well, his hands were tied behind his back. He was almost coerced into using it because of the fact that, injuries have occurred and he was on a 4-game losing streak, right? Starting to hear the murmurs. Now Coach has to get really creative. What I did like tonight about Coach, because, I'm usually really hard on him, is that when we started the game and we were stagnant on offense, he immediately made the right substitutions by bringing in Rui and Austin Reeves to plug him in with AD and LeBron and Taurean Prince. Immediately, we started playing better when that happened, right? I did like that. What I didn't like so much about Coach is that he left D'Lo a little too long in the fourth quarter, and as a result, they made a mini comeback. Because, again, my guy D'Angelo Russell, as good as he is offensively in spurts, he's very flat-footed on the defensive end, and teams take advantage of that. They're looking for the weak point. Listen, every team we face is looking for the weakness in our team. It almost reminds me of when Kyrie Irving in the finals back in, 2017, 2016, started hunting Steph Curry, and that is how they won that Game 7 and made history in Cleveland for that championship. It reminds me of that. Like, when you have a weakness defensively, they hunt it down. It reminds me when Lonnie Walker, matter of fact, we don't have to go that far back. Last year when Lonnie Walker saw Steph Curry, he hunted this guy. He hunted this guy to no avail, man. And basically, I'm sorry, not to no avail. He hunted this guy until he destroyed him. And matter of fact, he won, Game 5 for us at home, or was it Game 6? Game 6 for us at home. He closed the series out. Lonnie Walker, and matter of fact, I think Curry signed something that said, "I'll never forgive you for Game 6" or something like that to Lonnie Walker. So when you have a weakness, a defensive weakness, teams are going to look for that. They're going to seek it out and they're going to find it. And when they do, they're going to exploit it. And we got to do our best to avoid that. I think a lot of the slow starts were due to the fact that we had D'Lo in the starting lineup. I don't think he's a starting caliber point guard on this team. He might be a starting caliber point guard on another team that can mask him a little bit better defensively, but not on this team, man. And tonight we made the right decision. Again, we talked about it during the 4-game losing streak. The common denominator to all these losses was D'Angelo Russell. Everybody else was carrying their weight and was putting up the numbers and was trying at least on defense, and D'Lo was not. So it's nothing. Again, this is the true definition of facts over feelings. When you go out and you make the right, you start with the better lineup and you utilize the size. Still no Max though. Yeah, no Max. No, obviously no Christian Wood, which is a bummer because I think he is absolutely usable under the right system. But we got the win, so you get no complaints from me, right? At the end of the day, it's all about the win. Appreciate you, sir. Thank you, my brother. Dan, remember D'Lo can't jump. Why does Hayes even play to get cardio? I think they have high hopes for him because he's extremely athletic, gets back and forth, up and down in transition, and they're hoping that his peskiness on the defensive end can impact the opposition. But unfortunately, he's too undisciplined. He gets himself in foul trouble, and he gets moved like nothing on the defense. It's almost like he's just out there for target practice. I don't know. It's kind of sad because I had a little bit higher expectations for him. However, the biggest disappointment for me this season has been the utilization of Christian Wood. I'm still totally shocked that they have a 16-point per game score, not getting a single minute. Right? It just is. It shows the limitation and the limited capacity of our head coaching staff. And a better coach would definitely be utilizing these players. LeDon Johnson says, Dan, what are your thoughts on the Gabe Vincent news? I'm bummed out. I had high hopes for him as well. I wanted him to be a 3-and-D type of guard, like a really poor man's Derek Fisher. So I'm bummed out, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. But I'm more concerned with his health. I wish him the best because, as you see, with our guy Kendrick Nunn, he's no longer is he even in the league. I don't think he is. So sometimes these injuries can impact these guys' careers. So more than my concern for my team. I'm concerned for his health, and I wish him the best. I hope the Lakers can apply for an injury player exception, which means they can use like I forgot what it is, a certain amount, like 2 million, 2 point something, and go out and get another free agent in that slot since he's basically been out all year. Maybe they will qualify, maybe they won't. We'll see. We do have him for what, 3 years? So that it's a major bummer because if we're gonna have an injured, hobbled player for that amount, man. Game 4. Oh, it was game 4. Okay, I lost track. Game 4, Lonnie Walker game, bro. That thing was elite. And again, it was because Curry is just such a poor defender, and they just searched him out. But the same way we searched him out, the Denver Nuggets searched out D'Angelo Russell and exploited him. So we got to really watch to mask him. If he's going to stay on his roster, we got to mask him. Otherwise, they're better off trading him. But tonight, he did a good job in his limited minutes, and he came off the bench and provided an offensive spark, never a defensive spark. I agree, Dan, with the Wood part. I appreciate you, man. He said, appreciate you. He said, join Dan and Jeff live on PSF app. Thank you, brother. Actually, we do have to schedule a game there. I haven't checked the schedule. I don't think we've. I told Jeff whenever he's free, so I don't think I've checked, but I might have to start scheduling some stuff because I want to hold up my end of the bargain there. No more Miami Heat players. Nah, you know what, bro? It's not even that, man. It's bad luck, bro. These injuries are just bad luck. Like I'm sure these players don't control when they get injured, how they get injured, and I'm damn sure the Lakers don't control any of this stuff. I've seen some people, blaming the, saying the player staff, the medical staff. And I'm like, everybody's body reacts differently to certain things. So it was an executive decision he made not to have the surgery early in the season. I think if he would have had it, he would have been back by now. But instead, they took the other route. And usually athletes don't like surgery. They'll do anything to try to avoid surgeries because they feel like they won't be the same. Sometimes they're right. Sometimes they're wrong. Sometimes they're better after surgery because now their body is refortified. Let's see here. How many star point guards really play defense like that, though? Just gotta try, even if you bad. That's my take. Yeah, but D'Lo is not bad, bro. This guy is like a cone out there. Like he's really not sliding his feet. He's getting cooked left and right. He becomes a liability. It's like playing 5-on-4, right? Other point guards, at least got his size. They can contest the shot. Even LaMelo is not a defensive point guard that has good size, contests shots, gets hands in the passing lanes, does things. D'Angelo, we were hoping that he would come out like that, but one of those things, bro. Yes, get them likes up, fam. Get them likes up, man. Get the holiday spirit going. The spirit of giving. Appreciate y'all, man, for hitting them likes. Listen, we almost fully back. The content is almost fully back. So make sure we keep supporting the channel, hitting them likes, subscribing if you already have it. So close to 24K. I can't wait to get it. I know it's going to happen in 2024, but I'm excited. Dan, D'Lo for Sexton, Dinwiddie, or Malcolm Brogdon? Which one you like? Good question, Savage. Man. You know what? I think I like Sexton probably because he'll probably be the healthiest out of the bunch. The other ones have dealt with injuries. Then after that, I like Malcolm Brogdon, then Dinwiddie. But before Dinwiddie, I like Jordan Clarkson better. Jordan Clarkson. I like him a lot better. So, good question, though. I still think we need a backup big time. I don't want my guy AD to be carrying the load and having all that front court pressure. And then, saying that he gets injured and we're going to struggle. We've seen it. When he goes missing, we go missing. Hey, Dan, I would really like to see Darvin Ham utilize Christian Wood properly. What do you think? If we can get PJ Tucker from the Clippers? If he gets bought out, I'm open to it. But I think there's going to be better candidates out there that aren't even being mentioned right now. Right? None come to mind right off the top. But just wait. That buyout market is going to be hot. It is every single season. So I can't wait. We're already hearing that Eric Gordon wants a bigger role, right? So we'll see. Good win. It was a great win. The Lakers came out with that energy, that passion. They played good defense to start, and especially in that second quarter, man, holding a team in today's modern NBA to 20 points, especially a team as offensively gifted as the Oklahoma City Thunder. Holding them to 20 points is no easy feat, I promise you, especially on the road in their house where they had won the last 5. Boogie or Dwight? Oh man, I don't know, bro. That's tough. I don't know if they're still in basketball shape, to be honest with you. I'd much rather somebody that's currently in the NBA and doing work in the NBA. But you never know. Maybe DeMarcus still has some left in the tank. Maybe Dwight does. I don't know. What big can we get? The market is going to open up. I feel like the NBA undervalues big men. So the market is gonna open up. I'm hoping and praying for like a Clint Capella type, although that may be wishful thinking, especially if the Hawks start winning again. Um, man, I'd be hoping for some of the best bigs out there. Hopefully they become available, especially the backup bigs. And if they don't, then we got to figure it out. But yeah, maybe we call up Colin Castleton, give him a couple of minutes, see if he can give us some minutes off the bench or something. I don't know. But we got to figure that out because right now we are very thin at the front court, especially without Christian Wood playing. Very thin and frail, while other teams have a lot of size, right? Man, we trade with the Pistons for Isaiah Stewart. Now, that is a name I've brought up before. I like him very much. I like Isaiah Stewart. I really do. Just because he's a bruiser type, right? Sets tough screens. He's gonna, he's gonna bleed for you, literally and figuratively. And he's just a tough-minded player. I like those type of players. Although they've now lost 26 in a row, which would be more reason to trade those type of players away and start tanking even more. But 26 in a row is pretty bad, fam. That's like, whoa. I think they're tied for the record right now, and the Brooklyn Nets have a chance to make them the losingest team of all time. I think it was 26 the record, or was it 28? I forgot. I believe it was 26. Now, that's nuts. That is nuts. And they had a chance a couple of nights ago to beat a depleted Utah Jazz team, and they didn't come through. Angie says, I want Olynyk. I definitely like Kelly Olynyk, especially with his floor spacing abilities. Um, where is he on? He's on the Jazz, right? The Jazz might actually be a pretty good trade partner, so you might be onto something there, Angie. That's a good suggestion. I like Olynyk. That sounds attainable, but who knows what the market is going to be like. But I can't wait to break down all of the trade rumors and everything with you guys, man, as we get closer to the trade deadline, especially as the rumors are going to start heating up. I'm going to start making daily videos. I mean, this channel is just about to take off, man. Stay tuned. By the way, LeBron had one of those nights tonight, bro. He had one of the best shooting nights of his life. I'm going to see if the guys want to put up the 21 Savage t-shirt on shopcourtkings.com because, yeah, you're absolutely right. Those only come up when he has a great night. So we'll see. I'm going to talk to the guys, see if they want to put it up. If they do, you know where to cop it, man. LeBron is just having a spectacular season. He is really playing rejuvenated basketball. Like his shot, his legs are right there. Clearly, he was playing injured last year. And if we made it to the Western Conference Finals with an injured LeBron James last year, imagine what we could do with a healthy one this year, right? You could just see it in his shot. There's lift again. You could just see it. He's really confident. He's just playing phenomenal basketball right now. Dan, what do you think about Vucevic? Do you think Chicago would be willing to trade him? Everyone is big on Levine, but I think we need a big man. I've always liked Vucevic. I'm not sure if Chicago was willing to trade him or what the package would look like, but I've always liked him. I still prefer more of a defensive-minded big because we have more than enough offense. Clearly, you can see that people were worried about our starting lineup. Listen, we got 129 points. And again, I keep telling people that paint basketball is our strength, right? Absolutely is. When we score close to 50 points in the paint, we do good. Tonight we had 44 points in the paint, right? So again, paintball is it's the key for us personally. Excited for Dodger baseball? Yeah, man, I'll be covering it from time to time for the first time here on this channel as well. So stay tuned for that. I know my brother Empire Jeff will be covering it year-round over there on his channel. At least that's what I believe. He said to me something along those lines, so definitely check him out. But yeah, Dodger baseball is going to be a must-see TV. It is. It is. Yeah, Kobe's definitely my GOAT, bro. I agree with that. Kobe is definitely my GOAT. If the Lakers are motivated, they are nearly unbeatable. Yeah, but you know what? They can't make the mistake of thinking they can turn up whenever they want. The Western Conference seeding is going to be crucial. I think we need to end up with a top 4 seed in order to control the narrative and in order to have home court in the first round. I think the first round is probably the most dangerous, but every round is dangerous, clearly. But I think the first round and the finals are the 2 most dangerous rounds. Once you start catching heat, I think like you said, we're dangerous. We can get anywhere once the Lakers start playing motivated ball. But I just don't want the Lakers to think they can turn up and turn off whenever they want because we're going to be caught slipping. They're going to be nights where guys are going to play out of their mind. And tonight, luckily, we played good defense and they also missed some open shots. So it was a perfect storm tonight. Mike, I thank you, Serge. Appreciate you, bro. He said, I'm hoping for a Yankees-Dodgers World Series. Bro, that would be really dope. That would be insane. That would be the equivalent of Lakers-Celtics finals this season. That would be must-see TV. But I mean, again, the Dodgers are doing things that are making everybody want to watch. Everybody. Like, They're calling the Dodgers a new evil empire. I don't know about all of that, but I do know that they're must see TV, right? And haters are big, man, because they're saying, oh, the Dodgers are trying to win. So they're trying to win a championship. They're trying to buy it. Listen, the Dodgers are doing what every other cheap ass owner in baseball doesn't want to do, is spend the money, right? They make the money. Why not spend it? Why not give back to the fans? Why would anybody be mad about that? Clearly drinking that haterade, man. Clearly drinking that haterade. So, one of those things that I'm just like, you know what? Let them hate. Let the haters hate, because the success that the Dodgers are out here just spreading, they can't recreate, and they're mad. I promise you, if their favorite team had acquired all this talent, they would not be saying a word. As a matter of fact, they'd be so excited. Dan, who do you think the Lakers will trade at the deadline? If I had to bet the house on it, I'd say D'Angelo Russell still gets traded. I really do. Defensively, he just doesn't fit this team. Most of the players on the court can at least play a little bit of defense. Like even Austin Reeves could take charges. Even Austin Reeves can get into passing lanes, and he's active, and there's no lack of effort there. But with D'Angelo Russell, unfortunately, I just feel like he doesn't fit the mold. Now, if they hold on to him, I do like his role off the bench. I'll tell you that, especially if he buys in. Tonight, he bought in. Can he keep that same good attitude when he doesn't start the second game or the third game or the fourth game? That's going to be the key. I don't want to see him hang his head and stop trying, right? So, Dan, what would you do with Hayes and Wood? Do you trade them for a better big? I would hold on to all the size we have, because you just never know, injuries and anything. But I would just add to that. I would trade another piece for a big man, or we have an open roster spot, really. If the buyout market drops somebody along the lines of like a Bismack Biyombo, or just any big at all that gets bought out that has good size, athleticism, and good defensive instincts and doesn't bite on every head fake, then I'm picking him up for sure. I mean, we don't need something too crazy, but if we do get an upgrade there that's exciting, then I'm all for it, right? It all depends. The Yankees been buying championships for years and it works. So listen, but it's not really buying championships, because in the sport of baseball, you still have to go out there and win it. There is a chance that the Dodgers could fall flat on their face. Listen, when we first got Mookie Betts and then we paired up my guy Freddie Freeman with him, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody thought we had a good shot at it, even though we were still saving money, right? It wasn't crazy. But now the pressure is really on the Dodgers to win, right? But they have a good window. They have like a good 5 to 10 year window to try to make that happen, based on the signings and based on the acquisitions, right? So let's hope they do that. But look, at the end of the day, we just want to enjoy it, man. It's going to be fun to watch. I don't think the Dodgers have been this fun since we last won the World Series. Dodgers opening game tickets are $300 to $400. Oh man, it's going to be crazy. Like I said, God willing, we will go to the game. If not, we will watch it happily from home. That is a lot. That is a lot of money. A lot of money. Dan, the Lakers can take Tobias Harris off our hands for Rui and D'Lo. Yeah, that's not gonna happen, bro. You can keep him over there where he's at. Did you see what Rui did tonight? I said I'm willing to dangle Rui for the right piece. I'm not trying to trade him for just anything, because I know what his potential is. And if they start using him properly, I won't want to trade him. I promise you that. I'm a big Rui fan. There's a reason we got Rui merch up in the website, man, at shopcourtkings.com, because I'm a big Rui fan, right? Y'all see what it is. The Slashy Mura, man, tonight he played like his t-shirt, out of his mind. So, what I'm saying? Like, listen, man, get them while they're hot. Free shipping on everything right now. Yeah, $300 for a baseball game is a lot, fam. $300 for a baseball game is a lot, but I expect those tickets to eventually calm down. Once the hype goes away a little bit, I mean, it's going to stay there. As long as we got these superstars, it's going to stay there, but I eventually expect them to go down to like 150, you know what I'm saying? And then that's when your boy's going to make an appearance for sure. My guy said, a Yankees-Dodgers World Series would make a lot cry rivers. I love those tears. I love those hater tears. Like the same people that were talking shit about the Lakers in-season tournament championship. Those are the same type of crybabies that are crying about the Dodgers offseason. Listen, cry some more. Listen, casuals are starting to watch baseball now. It was only a diehard sport. Now I'm going to be tuning into more games, right? Because I usually tune in here and there during the regular season. It's such a long season. And then I really tune in during the postseason. But now you got me going to be out here glued to the TV whenever I am home and whenever the Lakers aren't playing. And you're going to get a lot more other casual fans that are going to be really excited. That's good for the sport of baseball. Whether you hate the Dodgers or you love the Dodgers like me, it's going to be good. It's going to be good. There's going to be more eyeballs on the TV screen, especially on a national TV scale. I mean, yeah. Dan, questions. Who do you think the Lakers will waive? I'm not sure if they're going to waive anybody. That's a good question, though. I don't think the Lakers will waive anybody, but I do think they will claim somebody off waivers. And if we get the player exception, right, the injury player exception that I think the Lakers deserve because we really haven't played much of Gabe Vincent, then I think we can maybe sign 2 players. We'll see. Dan, just seen LeBron is shooting 41% from 3. That's crazy. LeBron is not human. No NBA superstar in the history of basketball, none, has ever done this at this age for this long, this consistently, this efficiently. And if he adds championship number 5 to his resume, it'd be really hard to go against him as GOAT conversation. You know what I mean? For all the haters out there, they're going to go real quiet if that happens. And I know there's a lot of people in the NBA circles that don't want that to happen because they already hate on this guy. But if you are a basketball enthusiast or a fan, or a Laker fan especially, but just a basketball fan in general, you're sitting back in awe of this guy and just appreciating greatness because you'll never see another player like him again, ever. Just like Kobe Bryant, just like Michael Jordan, just like Magic Johnson. There's always going to be comparisons. But let me ask y'all this. For all the comparisons, when Lamar Odom came into the league, they said the next Magic Johnson. Was he? He was great, but nowhere near Magic Johnson. Same thing with Kobe. They said Dante Exum was the next Kobe Bryant. They said Jason Tatum was the next Kobe Bryant. Don't make me laugh, but they said no double team Booker was the next Kobe Bryant. Has that happened? None of those cats have any championships to their name. So these are all just lazy player comparisons that sometimes we as basketball fans make. But in reality, there's only one of these great players ever. Ever. So you enjoy them while they're here. You enjoy LeBron James while he's here. You know, and we're going to get a new wave of greatness that we will enjoy as well. The Victor Wembanyama's, the Chet Holmgrens, the Shai Gilgeous-Alexanders, just so many different types of players. But none of them will be Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, Magic Johnson, Wilt, Kareem, Shaquille O'Neal. None of them, right? So we enjoy greatness while we have it. Trust me. Goes by fast. Greg, listen, this is exactly right. Why are people hating on the Dodgers for doing what every fan base wishes that their front office did? They've done no wrong here. All they did was plan accordingly, recruit masterfully, and just ace the offseason so far. Clearly, ace the offseason. And people are going to be big mad because they're a bunch of jealous punks. And that's cool. We want that because we thrive in this. You know what I'm saying? LA fans, we are a winning fan base. All right. LA is the city of champions, right? LA is the city of champions. Hence these awesome t-shirts by Court Kings. Man, go shop courtkings.com. But check it out. Not only do we have it, listen, look at all these trophies on our t-shirts, man. Look at this. We got the World Series championship. We got the in-season tournament championship t-shirt. It's literally the city of champions, ladies and gentlemen. And so people are always going to be jealous of winners. You know why? Because they're not winners. So what does that make them? Losers. Losers. If you're not a winner, you're a loser. There's only 2 sides to sports. You're either a winning franchise or you're a losing franchise. And of course, losing franchises are going to say, I hate the Dodgers. Why? Because they're a winning franchise. And they do make winning moves like signing Shohei Ohtani, right? Same thing with the Lakers. They make winning moves like trading for AD. Everybody was hating on it. Where's all the haters at now? Quiet. Why? Because we won a championship, you know? And that's the beauty of being an LA sports fan. It's always us against the world, but we're ready for it. You know, there's no stronger fan base than the LA fan base. Same thing with my Rams, man. A lot of people was talking about the Chargers, the new team in LA. Fuck out of here, man. Listen, the Rams came in here, won the Super Bowl in our own house. How often does that happen? Rams, whose house? The only team that won a Super Bowl in that new stadium. That's whose house. And so I freaking love it when other fan bases come. You know, and clearly they're entitled to root for whoever they want. And the Rams are just getting started. This is always going to be Rams' house. This is the LA team, fam. Just like the Dodgers, my Rams, and my Lakers. The holy trinity right there, man. That is the holy grail of sports. And you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just so proud to be a LA sports fan, right? Now, I don't watch hockey, but I support the Kings because they do great things. I don't watch too much soccer, but I love the LA Galaxy since the Kobe Jones days, right? And I would tune in casually to those games and stuff like that. But it's just again, it comes with the territory, being a winner. Winner, winner, chicken dinner, baby. Uh, Booker couldn't lace up Kobe's shoes. Big facts, Duke of Earl. Big facts, bro. And this is I actually made a rant video. When Stephen A said that crazy shit, he should have apologized to all of Laker Nation and the NBA world for lying to the public in that manner. The next Kobe Bryant, there is no next Kobe Bryant. There's a lot of comparisons. Like I said, Anthony Edwards is one of my favorite players. He reminds me a little bit of Kobe. A little bit, ain't Kobe though. Kobe was the whole enchilada, while Anthony Edwards might have a move here or there. His athleticism, his poise, and just his leadership reminds me of Kobe Bryant. And the fact that he's a savage and he doesn't care what people think reminds me of Kobe Bryant in those senses, right? And he has that killer mindset again. Like who? But it doesn't mean he's the next Kobe Bryant. It don't mean nobody, right? We just go back and look at the history, all the comparisons they've made through the drafts. What player has actually been the next blank? Not one player has not one player have we said, oh shit, he really is that player. Closest thing to that was Kobe with Michael Jordan. Closest thing to that, right? But even Michael was his own. For me, Michael was more of a slasher, while Kobe was more of a shooter and an elite one. But Kobe was everything, right? That's why he's my GOAT. My guy Randolph, what's up, my guy? Long time no see. He said, absolutely happy with the win. But right now, Laker fam, I'm mad. He said, I'm filled with anger as we face our next opponent, Boston. He said, I don't forget about the last game against the C's. Oh, yeah, man. Listen, we want to beat the Celtics. We want to beat the Celtics. But I'm not going to get into that right now because I'll save it for a pregame. But you're right. Christmas Day is going to be a lot of fun, especially once the Lakers win. And I expect the Lakers to win. People said, Dan, don't even watch because Lakers are not going to win. Right? Where are those people at now? I always watch and I always expect, you know what I'm saying? I'm always going to expect the Lakers to win because that's the high standard they've set. Gregory said Dodgers supposed to get the best players. It would be malpractice to not improve your team. Thank you, Gregory. Thank you. Budo Rams. I see you, Duke. I see you, bro, with the jersey, with the fire-ass jersey. I see you. I would love to take Aaron Wiggins and man off of OKC. Would not be expensive. I like both of the players. I think we have a little bit bigger needs, right? Like a little bit bigger. But I like them both. I just don't like gatekeeping Kobe fans who say Kobe would never and shun Bron as if they know the guy. Yeah. There shouldn't be no gatekeeping in sports. I never do that. If you want to be a Laker fan, go for it. If you want to be a stinker fan, the LA Stinkers, go for them too. That's on you. Just say just if you talk trash, expect it to be reciprocated, right? And a dime a dozen. But yeah, gatekeeping in sports is we're all grown adults. We all have the right to root for her. I've seen people say, "Oh, 49er fans, they're so fake. How can you root for any Golden State teams and over here rooting for the Lakers?" And look, at the end of the day, those teams were adopted by LA fans as we didn't have LA football here for a long time. So I don't even mind them, to be honest. I don't even get mad when I see them, saying a sea of red jerseys in LA, because clearly that's who they were rooting for all this time. But it's a new time. It's a new era in LA now. It's time for us, the new generations, to teach our children about who the LA team is, the Rams, right? It's time for us to start growing this fan base because it's a beautiful fan base. I've met some of you guys and some of you I haven't yet, but I see the posts and it's wonderful. I see this fan base growing. This is already an LA team, the Rams, right? So this is what I've always wanted as a football fan. I love football, but I didn't have a team. I literally didn't root for anybody till the Rams got here. I just like specific players and specific teams during certain years. Like, for example, I was rooting for the Giants when they took on the Patriots in the Super Bowl. That was fun. That was probably one of the best Super Bowls I've ever seen. So again, man, it's a wonderful thing. Lakers win, Clippers lost today. Today was definitely a good day. Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. Definitely a round of applause for that. It's always good when the fake shadow team in LA loses and the real team steps up and wins. Always, always, always. Definitely some great questions from the chat. Everybody's in a good mood. We won the game today. Everybody's happy. The holidays around the corners, man. I wish you guys all a Merry Christmas, man. All of you guys. Dan, the Hawks are very open to trading Clint Capella and DeAndre Hunter. Do you like either one of them? Yes, Clint Capella would be I think exactly what the doctor's ordered on this team. Whether he starts or comes off the bench, he's a big bruiser type big who can score in the paint, block shots, get rebounds, and would definitely facilitate the game for Anthony Davis as far as doing the dirty work. That way AD can focus on his offense and his weak side defense, rebounding, doing the little things, right? The Clippers lost 2 in a row, and I feel much better now that we won. Again, somebody tried to tell me that the Clippers were a problem and this, and that the other night, and I had to check them really quick and tell them. I'm like, we've seen this movie, y'all. We've seen them go on runs and streaks before, and how does that end up? Right? So I never worry about the Clippers. I don't care if they win 20 in a row. I'm not going to worry about the Clippers. They are a first, second round exit on most years guaranteed, and then the only time in their life that they made it to the Western Conference Finals was just a fluke because everybody else in the West was injured. But that's all they are. They're a fluke team that never gets far. Eventually, they're going to slip on because they're walking on thin ice every year. And guess what? Unfortunately for them, it sounds like Kawhi is already injured again. He missed the last 2 games, so that's the same old story. Same old. And you know, all 7 of their fans were getting hard-ons for this stuff, man. Listen, man, we've seen this movie. I don't know if they were born yesterday or if they just refused to learn their lesson because it is just crazy, man. It's crazy how they keep believing in that franchise. Robert 2423 says still more Niner fans in LA. I mean, that's common sense. Clearly, we didn't have a team here up until 2016, right? So clearly, there's going to be more Raider fans, more 49er fans here in LA. That's normal. I expect that. But, you know, the Rams are LA's team. It ain't the Chargers. You know, it ain't the 49ers, even though there's LA fans here. It ain't the 49ers. It ain't the, you know what I'm saying? It ain't it definitely ain't the Cowboys. There's a lot of Cowboys fans here as well. But again, we didn't have our team because of the fact that they moved to a different city. The Rams did, and the Raiders did, and all of this. And now we do. So we don't have no more excuses to not root for our team. And me being a LA loyalist out of Compton, California, I'm never gonna root for another city. I'll like other teams on the side. Like I like the Knicks as my second favorite team. Casually, you don't see me out here, you know, repping them, especially when they play the Lakers. Never that. There's always going to be a LA team first for me personally, but I'm not no gatekeeper. You're free to cheer for whoever you want. Everybody has an origin story. I've heard some beautiful origin stories of why people like the Niners, why people like the Cowboys, why they like the Raiders. Who am I to say who they should root for? I'm just telling you who the heck I'm going to root for, and it's obviously going to be the real LA team, right? Horns up, baby! Come on now. You see what Puka Nacua is doing? My guy AD, the greatest defensive player of all time. All right, not just at his position, just defensive player of all time, Aaron Donald. You see what Matthew Stafford is doing, fam? How can you cheer against that? I can't. You know what I mean? That's just me. Clippers just going to choke in the playoffs. That's what they do. That's what they do, man. They're going to drop the soap and take it up the tailpipe, man. That's what they do. If the Clippers and the Celtics faced in the finals, who is the less of the two evils? Bruh, I'm not watching that finals. If that ever happened, I would never watch it. I don't think it'll ever happen. But if it did, I'm not watching that finals. I ain't rooting for either of them two garbage-ass franchise. You know, never in my life. If I watch it, it's just out of sheer entertainment because it's basketball, but I'm not enjoying that. And I pray to God that never happens. Because actually, if the Celtics ever make it, I'm rooting against them. Even if it's the Warriors annoying as franchise and fan base. Even if I don't like Curry. Even if this or that, I'm rooting against the Celtics. If the Clippers ever make it, I'm rooting for anybody not named the Celtics in the East to beat them, right? So I always want to have somebody to root for. Makes it funner to watch sports. Everybody believing in the Clippers going to get burned again. There was a lot of people in my chat the other night when the Lakers lost and the Clippers had won. Talking about, bro, you got to acknowledge the Clippers. They always tell me this every year. The casuals got to learn, fam. I got League Pass. I watch every team, and I promise you, ain't nothing special about the Clippers. I promise you that. Matter of fact, when they first made the trade, I thought they were going to go through that honeymoon phase early on, and then they would fall off. They kind of fell off first. Now they're going through the honeymoon phase. Then they'll eventually fall off again. It's just the Clipper way. Losing is the Clipper way. Will always be the Clipper way, and that's how the cookie crumbles. Ask them. Ask all 7 of the cardboard cookie cutout fans, and I promise you, even they'll tell you, yeah, we always lose, but they're still going to get their hopes up somehow. What's up from Roswell, New Mexico? We got through. Great win tonight. Would the Hawks trade Trae Young? I don't know, man, because the Hawks to me are one of those teams that sells wolf tickets to their fans. They just want to have butts in the seats, right? If you trade Trae Young and you start the rebuild process, it's going to be a while till you get another franchise type player. And so they're going to lose a lot of their fan base, right? It reminds me when they traded away Josh Smith and Joe Johnson and all of them. They were a fun team when they had that team in Atlanta, but it was a while till they got another, Trae Young caliber player. So I'm not sure if they would do it, but if they do it, the Lakers better be front in line because I'd love to have Trae Young. By the way, Trae Young has dropped 30 points in 4 of his last 5 games. He's shooting over 50% from the field. People said he was trash. I don't know why they say this every year. That dude is a killer. He's led his team, to the Eastern Conference Finals in the past. And yet people think he's not going to be a good third option behind AD and LeBron. Give me a break. Like I said, I got league pass. I've seen this guy. He is clutch. I don't care about the shooting percentages. I don't care about none of that. Kobe never cared about any of that either. D'Lo represented well despite the circumstances. And let's hope that he keeps his head up. Let's hope that, man. Dan, you excited for GTA 6? I am. And you guys know when something hot comes out, I like to stream it. So when I cop that game, I know it's going to cost like $100. Lord willing, I'll be able to afford it by then because I got a lot of bills to pay. But when it drops, your boy's going to go live, man. If y'all want to click up and join me on the live stream, even better. It'll be fun. My guy said, I've been a Rams fan since before moved them to the St. Louis. Look, I can't claim that. I would be fake if I told you I was a Rams fan before then. But I can tell you this. My brother's my witness. He watches all my streams. I would never lie to y'all. Everything is fact checked by my family members who watch. And I'll tell you, I told my brother the first team that gets to LA, and I was hoping for the Rams because I like Todd Gurley. I like their little young core. Even though they had Jeff Fisher, who was a horrible coach at the time. But I liked them. I told my brother I never liked the Chargers since they had Phillip Rivers. The only player I ever liked from them was Tomlinson. And I hope it's not the Chargers, fam. I hope it's not the Chargers. And I didn't mind the Raiders. I would have been a Raider fan had they came to LA first, to be honest with you. But I was waiting for an LA team to come here. When it was the Rams, instantly, the day they announced that, I went to go buy my Rams hat. And I said, this is my team forever. That's my origin story. People call that weak. That's the truth. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have no dad or grandfather that grandfathered me into the team. My brother always liked different Cali teams like the Niners when they had Jerry Rice, like overtime. I like players too. I used to like Brett Favre with Green Bay growing up as a kid and stuff, but I didn't have a franchise, man. And I was waiting, anticipating for years. And when they announced they were building an arena to try to draw the NFL over here, I told my brother, I even sent him the message. I was like, bro, who would be cool to have? We had this conversation. For me, the Rams came up because when they said that Stan wanted to move the team out here to LA, I was like, oh man, I would love to have a young core like the Rams over here, man. And imagine we win a Super Bowl. And when it did, I lost my shit, bro. That was like one of the happiest championships of my life because it was the first one that I witnessed in LA football history for me personally. And it was beautiful to watch. And I had two of my good friends here with me, and they were big 49ers fans. So you can imagine how sweet that was. They were rooting against us because we had just eliminated the Niners. You can imagine how sweet that was. I tried not to rub it in, but they made it really hard, man. My barber is a Clippers fan. It makes sense, though. Clipper on Clipper action. Bars. Which barbers? Yeah, man. I think his barber's confused for sure. Tell him I said that, too, by the way. Trae is a beast. Would be even better in the Lakers. But people don't understand how good it is. I've heard so many arguments against why we should get Trae Young. How about him being clutch? How about LeBron having a mini Curry out here? Because he has just the same amount of heart as Curry, if not more. He might not have the same skill set. He might not have, but he's got a lot of heart, man. Since his Oklahoma days, I've been a big fan of Ice Trae. I even have his Hawks jersey. When he made it to the Eastern Conference Finals, I told Hawks fans I would get one if he made it there. And he did. He exceeded my expectations. It's a beautiful thing, man. What happened to Wood? I don't know. I don't know if he showed his wood to Darvin wife or what happened, but he's not playing. He is not playing, and I don't know if he's going to play anytime soon or if he's going to ask for a trade. Don't know. Dan, that shirt is fire AF. It's not a shirt, it's a hoodie. And shout out to Bareface Clothing on Twitter. They custom made this for me and shipped it to me for free. They hooked your boy up. They showed him mad love. So shout out to them, man. You see this, man. You see this is one of my favorite hoodies out here, man. So you see the fire. Go check them out for sure. We're all about spreading love, man. Not just Court Kings, but we spread love to all kinds of websites, especially the ones that hook your boy up, man. That's mad love right there. Dan, I love the Laker basketball. Started me to watch sport teams. Our Cowboys, Alabama Tide, Lakers forever. And I ain't mad at you, Katrina. You feel free to like whatever you like. You know what I'm saying? Like I always keep it respectful. I usually don't talk trash to fans unless they talk trash to me. I'm a really respectful fan. Like I've been to games when there's opposing fans and they're cheering for their team. I look at them a little funny, but I never, ever talk trash unless they say something my way, and then we have a problem, right? But that's usually the way I am. I reciprocate energy. If it's positive energy, you just there rooting for your team. We're in the same arena. That's actually funner for me because now I really want my team to beat your team and for you to go home with an L. You know what I'm saying? It makes it funner. So you got to have enemy fans. You got to have opposing fans. But as long as they're respectful, I never mind them. Trey is a beast, but not what the Lakers need. I do agree with that. We don't need another point guard, but we could use one who can snipe, especially in the playoffs when the half-court defense sets up in a 7-game series and everything becomes harder to score. You could have a freaking firecracker like Trey Young who could just go off at any minute. That is huge, man. Dan, what is your favorite album by Future? Mine is DS2. Man, that's tough. I would have to think on that, but I like a lot of his albums, man. I'm a big Future fan. This dude is just, he's a hook beast. And he has bars, and it's just, to me, he's like the modern day T-Pain, but with bars, because T-Pain really wasn't a rapper, right? So, yeah, Future is really, really awesome, man. So many good songs, bro. So many, and so many good albums. Who we giving up for trade? We not. I'm not predicting anything. I'm just saying hypothetically, if I want to swing for the fences, clearly Kyrie's not on the trade market. Clearly Zach LaVine might be overpriced. But if I want to really swing for the fences, I'm looking for a package that brings us back Capella and Trey Young. I'm giving up picks. I'm giving up prospects. I'm giving up D'Lo. I'm giving up, maybe Rui, depending on if we get Clint coming back. But I really like Rui, so I prefer to keep him. But I'm giving up a lot. I'm giving up a lot to try to bring back those two cats. We can bring those two back, and we still have Austin Reeves on this team. We still have Vando. We still have Cam Reddish. We still have AD and LeBron. Championship is looking damn near guaranteed, assuming we stay healthy. That's all I'm gonna say. Clint Capella with AD, with Trey Young, I haven't looked at the trade market yet, and I will. I will be putting up some trade packages together and eventually dropping a video about it, but I haven't done it yet. So I'm not gonna get carried away because it might not even be financially possible. But when I do, Dan, what's your thoughts on barbers charging $30 to $40 a cut? I haven't got a cut for a barber for a while, my boy, for the same reason. Even my best friend charges $50. Like not my best friend, but one of my best friends charges $50, and I respect it because it's their craft, it's their art. Who am I to say how much that artwork is worth, right? I'm not nobody to say that. I'm not gonna be cheap. If I have the money and I want to pay him, I will pay him, and I even leave tip. That's the type of person I am. But I cut my own hair, fam. For the economy is bad, right? And listen, I used to get fresh tapers in high school. I used to get all these cuts, man. I tried everything. And I had some badass barbers over the years. Shout out to my barber Christian, who I haven't seen in years, but that dude was cold-blooded. But I like the work they do. It's clean work, man. They leave you feeling fresh like a new man. And yeah, I eventually plan on going back to get the cuts up, especially when my monetization comes back. But yeah, man. But for now, I cut my own hair, and I like it, man. I like it short. But you'll eventually see me back with my old tapers and stuff. I do want to look fresh sometimes to the games and stuff. How do I feel about DeAndre Hunter? I like him. I'm not like a huge fan because I feel like we have good defensive wings already on this team. So that's not what I'm looking for. But if we can get a floor spacing point guard like Trey, or a big man like Clint Capella, or some of the big names that have been mentioned on this chat, like Isaiah Stewart and stuff like that, then I'd be good with it. Why is Max not getting time? No clue. He did have a bad game when he started a couple of nights ago. Maybe that's why, but I don't know. Darvin Ham is very unpredictable with rotations and lineups. That's one thing I'll say. DTLF, when AD and Bron struggle, the team looks very suspect. No shooting. That is true, but that's like 90% of the NBA. When their stars struggle, the team looks suspect. Let's keep it a buck. Right? Let's keep it a buck. Thoughts on potential Siakam trade, D'Lo and Rui for him? Oh man, I've always been a huge fan of Pascal Siakam. Always. It's gonna hurt though to give up Rui, but for Siakam, I might consider that. That dude is truly the definition of 3-and-D. He is truly like modern day Luol Deng. Luol Deng, people forget, not when he was with the Lakers, but when he was with the Bulls, that dude could lock up and space the floor and attack the rim. That's what Siakam is. You know, he's like a modern day Trevor Ariza, but with better face up game, with a better shot. He would be huge for the Lakers. I doubt they dangle him though, because for years teams have been trying to trade with the Toronto Raptors, and I've been hearing that Masai Ujiri is very strict on who he wants to give up. You know, he's high on all of his players. So when they value their players like that, it's really hard to gag value for said players. My son pays $50 just for a taper because he has low locks. It's clean though. Them tapers be clean, like the way they fade in the shadows and stuff. Oh my goodness, man! I'm getting excited just thinking about it. I can't wait to get my cuts again. It's been probably like it's been a cool 5 years since I got a cool taper. You know what I'm saying? Like I think it's been a cool, maybe less, maybe like 3-4 years, but been a cool couple of years since I lost contact with my barber. He moved either to a different barbershop or just stopped cutting, and the barbershop didn't tell me. They didn't want to give information out. So, and I used to have his number. He changed it and everything. Dan, if you were a hooper and never got burns, what would you do? Would you ever get pissed off? I am a hooper. All right. Not a professional one, but I would be the best teammate I could possibly be. But yeah, it would piss me off because I know that I get buckets. You know what I mean? Like even now at the park, I get buckets. So of course it would piss me off, but I would never show it. I would try to be the best possible teammate and prolong my career. And eventually, if I had an opportunity, I would take advantage of. I'm a really cool team player, man. In life, I can't believe the Pistons have lost 26 games in a row. That is nuts. I can't wait to talk about that on ATL. Sup, Dan? Have you seen the new movie Rebel Moon on Netflix? I think it's fire. I have not. I've actually heard negative things about it. So usually when I hear negative things about a movie, I don't give it a shot unless people I'm close to that I trust recommend it to me, because I'm very particular about my time. And so I usually don't watch whack movies. But if you're telling me it's good and more people tell me it's good, then I might just watch it, man. I have not seen it though. AR trade should be off the table. I feel, brother, he is the only going to get better every season. He's the sixth man of the year. He's efficient. He's a killer. He's not afraid. I wouldn't like to trade AR. There's only a few players I would do it for. Donovan Mitchell's one of them, right? As much as I would hate to do it, Donovan Mitchell's one of them. Few players I would trade AR for. I'm hoping we keep him, and I think the Lakers are hoping to keep him. I think the Lakers will keep him. I'd be extremely surprised if AR isn't here past the trade deadline. Like this would be like a heartbreaking type of shocker, right? Because we haven't had a prospect like him in a while. Probably since Brandon Ingram, right? Brandon Ingram was the last prospect that we were like, okay, he's going to be special, right? And we've had some glimpses from other prospects, but AR every year. Look, if you look at his stats, rookie season 7 point something. Last year 13 point something. He really took off when Westbrook got traded. And now this season he's averaging career highs, 15 plus with like 5 assists. It's like it's gonna keep going up, just like you said. But that's gonna wrap it up for me, guys. Thank you so much for tapping in. We could really chop it up all night, man. I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys so much. If you already haven't hit that like button, please do that. Like I said, man, big things on the horizon for this channel. So please subscribe. We're really close to 24K. I'm just looking for a reason to drop that track, man. It is a banger. It's not a long track. It's like 2 to 3 minutes long. But I think it represents my feelings towards the Lakers, towards Kobe Bryant, and towards you guys as well. It is a thank you letter. So I can't wait to drop it. But I need you guys to help me by liking, sharing, and subscribing, and dropping comments down below to help the algorithm speed it back up. That way, when I get remonetized, we hit the ground running like Flintstones, man. But appreciate y'all, man. Please have a great, blessed rest of your night. Much love, Laker family. And I will see you guys real soon. Happy holidays, all right? Peace.